Is a $400 XRP realistic, and is it even possible in the long run? Well, with many believing that this XRP case is finally coming to a close, I've seen a lot of price predictions being thrown around for the XRP token. So today what I wanted to do is address this topic directly and explain whether or not a $400 XRP is possible and exactly when this could occur if it is possible. So if you are interested, make sure you stick around for the entire length of this video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But in order to lay the foundation here, we have to understand what the current price of XRP is. And so with the current price of XRP being around 40 cents, this is going to be the foundation and the basis for a lot of the math that we're going to be doing in this video. So the second half of this is going to come directly from CoinMarketCap. So the important metrics that we need to understand is, again, the current price of XRP, which is 40 cents, what their market cap is, and how we're calculating this market cap based on their current circulating supply. So in order to get a market cap, or what the project is worth, we would multiply how many tokens are in existence times their current price of, give or take, around 40 cents. And that is going to give us directly what their market cap is. So if we wanted to do a 10x in the price of XRP, then we would have to 10x their market cap from around $20 billion to $200 billion. Now, if we do that 10x, that will make XRP go from around 40 cents to around $4. And if we wanted to repeat the cycle again, we could go from around $40 to, from around $4 to a $40 XRP. Now, a $40 XRP would require it to go to around a $2 trillion market cap. And if we wanted to finally get to that final number of $400 per XRP, well, then it would need around $20 trillion in total market cap. Now, is this realistic, and is this possible? Well, let's take a little bit of a glimpse at the past of what XRP has previously done, because if we zoom out to some of its previous numbers over here, we can see that in the past, XRP has gotten pretty close to that $4 mark, right? It got up to around $3.50, $3.60 back in 2018. Now, unfortunately, in the previous bull market cycle, where a lot of coins hit their all-time high, XRP was not able to come near their all-time high. A lot of people argue that it's because of the lawsuit case that's happening in the United States, but regardless, its all-time high is close to that $4 mark. Now, at that $4 mark, XRP was just under a $200 billion market cap. And so what we're talking about here is that all-time high market cap of being around 200 billion, it would need to get to around a $20 trillion market cap in order for that $400 XRP to be realistic and even possible. So if we go over and we compare this to some of the popular indices and markets that we all know, well, we can see that the top 500 US companies by market value in the United States is around $33 to $34 billion, and that the total, US equity market value is around $40 billion. And so what we're saying is that in order to get to a $400 XRP, it would essentially have to be worth half of all of the US equities market value in its entirety. So what we're saying then is that a single blockchain project would have to reach this value. And as we know, cryptocurrency tends to move as a whole. It's very rare that we see a large market cap cryptocurrency spike up without other cryptocurrencies moving up as well. So if XRP is to go up to this $20 trillion valuation, what that means is that a lot of these other coins, especially in the top 10, 50, even 100, would have to significantly increase in market cap as well. It's very rare for a top tier cryptocurrency to do 1,000% and to not see a lot of the other top tier cryptocurrencies move up by at least a fraction of that. So now what we have to do is make the argument that if a 200 trillion, or not a 200 trillion, if a $20 trillion XRP is possible, then what we'd realistically need is maybe something closer to 50 or even $100 trillion to go directly into cryptocurrency alone, because all these other cryptocurrency projects would have to be affected and impacted as well. And I know there's going to be people out there saying, no, it doesn't have to be this way. It's simply always been that way. If you can give me an example where maybe XRP went up drastically, like 2018, or even in the previous bull market of 2021, in all of those market cycles, whether you like them or hate them, Bitcoin has gone up, Ethereum has gone up, BNB has gone up, Cardano, like you name it, the list goes on. A lot of the mainstream cryptocurrencies all go up significantly in market value too. And so then it begs the question, where would this 20, 50, or $100 trillion come from to make it rival that of the entire US equity market value? And that's kind of the argument that we have to get into, because then what we would have is essentially the sole blockchain market cap being significantly larger than all of the United States equity, which would mean that it would be severely dominating every other country's market value in terms of equity as well. And so when we're looking at XRP and understanding whether that $400 mark is possible, we have to understand what that means and where that money would come from. Would this mean that we would simply sell off all of our major companies, all of our major equities, and just say, no, we want all 20 to 50 trillion dollars all to go into money transfers? Well, unfortunately, that is not really the case. It's not a realistic goal for us to say that we're going to sell off all of our major tech companies, all of our major indices, all of our major commodities, oil, gas, gold, silver, like everything. Because then what we have is there's no longer diversity. And there's a significant form of risk in saying that we're going to trust pretty much our entire economy into a single money transfer program and kind of tell everything else to screw off. So that's what we need to understand here, is from a macro business understanding. One business model can't really drive an entire economy, if that makes sense. Because when we look at the US, we have so many different businesses inside of here. We have food businesses, we have clothing businesses, we have tech, we have AI, we have cryptocurrency and blockchain, which is great. We have money transfers, banking, you name it. The list goes on. There are so many, we have real estate. There are so many different forms of businesses that kind of derive this ultimate value, and to say that all of this should only be equal one money transfer program can be a little bit far-fetched. So without getting too much of a flame here, I want to give a realistic approach and say that if we're going to look at a $20 trillion market cap for a single money transfer program, is it realistic right now? Probably not. Now, is it realistic for XRP to do maybe a 10x or something along those lines in the future? I would say it's possible. Is it realistic in the near-term future? Probably not. I do think that once their case ends, and it looks like they'll probably end up winning their case, but once their case ends, personally, I think XRP is going to go on a big rip to the upside, and I don't think many people would disagree with me there. And so, do I think XRP has significant upside potential? I think that it does, especially when this court case ends. If they're relisted in the United States, there's very few people who would disagree with me in saying that XRP is probably going to go on a pretty parabolic tear when that does happen. So I'm not saying it's all death and gloom for XRP. However, I want to give a realistic price prediction here by comparing it to some of these major economy standards and then understanding whether it's possible for a single niche inside of the economy to really take over everything. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. I know I tend to ramble on in some of these videos, but I hope a lot of you are able to understand that I'm basically just saying that a single niche inside of the economy cannot be worth more than the economy in its entirety. So that's the lens that we have to look at pretty much all of this through. And so if we're going at this, a great thing that you can do is go in and type like how much our money is the money transfer system worth. So if we say how much is the money transfer industry worth, then what we can do is come over here and say, okay, well, if it's worth around in the US maybe this amount of money, and it could go up to this amount of money, well, now we have a good idea for what this market cap is and what the total addressable market is for this industry. It doesn't make any sense for an industry to be worth $1 billion or $1 trillion and to say that if the industry in its entirety is worth $1 trillion, it doesn't make any sense to say that one platform can be worth 20 trillion, because now all of a sudden you're saying that one specific company is worth 20 times what the entire industry is worth. And you simply just can't have a company being worth more than its industry. It doesn't make any sense. So that is my hopeful understanding, and I hope everyone can relate to this as well. Again, not meaning to throw shade. I'm not trying to throw a grave and spread FUD or anything like that. I just want everyone to have a realistic expectation of what a lot of these different cryptocurrency projects can realistically hit. So if you want me to make a realistic price prediction about another cryptocurrency project, I am more than open to it. Drop those in the comment section down below, and we can always make another one of these for maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum or another one of these altcoin projects and talk about what it's realistically possible for these cryptos to hit in their next market cycles, because we can go way deeper than we did in this video and look at things like compound annual growth rates, past cycle returns, and things of that nature, and calculate out a realistic price prediction. So when we're looking at XRP, is it possible for it to do a 10x from its current price and go from a $20 billion market cap to a $200 billion market cap, especially if they win their case? I would say in the future, yeah. I would say, is it realistic? Like in the very short-term future? Probably not. In the distant future, is it possible? That's the question. I think, is it possible? The answer is yes. So when we're looking at these XRP price predictions, don't get caught off with a lot of these very clickbait news articles and thumbnails and people telling you that it's going to be like this next one world currency that's worth more than the industry is actually worth. Look up how much the money transfer industry is worth. And I know people are going to say, but you're not counting the banking industry. Even if you go and you add up what all the banking industry and what all the money transfer systems are worth, that's what you have to derive what it can be worth, saying that at its very best, it can be worth as much as its industry is worth in its entirety. Now, as always, I hope all of you did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure you stick around on the channel, smack that like button, smack that subscribe button, because we have plenty of more content just like this one coming out in the future, and we also have another video coming out on Friday as well. So once again, thank all of you for watching, and I will see all of you very, very soon.